Welcome back, everyone. I unfortunately did another flower nose all in. I got the new bunny garden set. Don't mind my bunny plushies like dying inside. I literally had nothing else to put in there for now because all the products have already been taken out. I absolutely had to get this because at first, okay, I'll be honest, at first I wasn't really sure, but the more they kept releasing, the more I was like, okay. Because if you don't know me, I really like bunnies. I really like rabbits. My username, Lapin Lapin, means rabbit rabbit in French. So it's kind of like, everyone was like, you have to get this. This is for you. And you know what? I did think this was for me. However, I'm not crazy. I did actually resell a lot of the products. So again, just like in my Sweetie Bear video, you won't be seeing every single thing in here. Oh my god, look at Chapeau. They look dead. They look like they're in prison. So this is the Sweetie Garden collection. It is a very well-timed kind of spring bunny kind of vibe. When I first saw it, I got like 3 major vibes from it. It was Marie Antoinette, Versailles, and Red Velvet Feel My Rhythm, which I absolutely love. Like, especially when I saw like the teaser videos. The products I kept the most of are the blushes, and the products I kept the least of are the lip products. Everything else, I think I will be showcasing more or less with a few missing. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Just to make it clear, like in all my videos, I live in Hong Kong, so I order directly from the Flower Nose Taobao. I don't order from the global website because they don't even ship to me. So the prices are a lot cheaper. So I know I got the all-in. It looks crazy because it's like 700 USD on the global website. I just want to make it clear, and I'll put a screenshot of this up here. But I paid about 2,100 Hong Kong dollars, which is, I'm not going to convert in my head, but I'll put the USD price down here. And again, I did sell off quite a bit of it, so that is how I'm able to afford it. Please keep that in mind as we go forward. Let's go ahead and start with the freebies or the peripheral goods first. So the ones I personally have are the mirror, the mini mirror, the 2 bunny hair clips, 2 brushes, and the keychain. Just so you know, the all-in came with all 3 versions of the mirror. This is just the only one I will be keeping. The other 2 I have sold or given away. This is such a beautiful mirror. For some reason, the purple really got me this time around. I think just like the wallpaper design really gets me. And although I know there's several like bunny key arts, there's this double bunny, there's the bunny with the crown, and there are these bunnies running in the middle. It's these little bunnies running around in the middle that I like the most. I think you could find them also on the cushion, and I wish I could see them a bit more because I think they're just so cute. Again, you have the typical flower nose, like ornate, is it filigree kind of thing, as well as the ribbons and the florals. I think this mirror is actually kind of reminiscent to the Strawberry Rococo one in shape. Truly, I just pulled it out to see, and it's not that similar. Actually, now that I see them side by side, I'm realizing how much more ornate their mirrors are getting. These are the 2 makeup brushes this time. I think they're a bit simpler than usual. One's white and purple, and one's just pink. And they're both angled. Hair clips. So cute. I really love bunnies. These are fluffy, by the way. I couldn't tell personally when I was looking at the videos if they were just like matte or fluffy. They are fluffy. Also, they are hollowed out, so they are not as heavy as you think, and they have just like a standard crocodile clip. I think I like the white one more than the pink one, but I love them both. This is the pocket watch keychain. I think it's the thing that's the most Alice in Wonderland out of this whole collection. Here's how it looks like. Like I said, the most Alice in Wonderland looking one because of the rabbit's pocket watch. Very cute. Actually, I've seen a lot of these recently. I think there was Dinto made one, and there's also another C-beauty brand that did something similar to a pocket watch. Maybe this kind of thing is just popular lately. However, out of all of the ones I've seen, this is the one that I like the most in design. It comes with the standard flower nose, heart clasp, and bow. The additional charm you have this time is this key with the bow as well. In the past, we had solid perfume keychains. We had a powder with the Sweetie Bear one, and we also had some kind of highlighter glitter shimmer with the Shells Jewel one. This one is a lip balm, which I think is very useful compared to, especially compared to the Shells Jewel one. I think that was not very useful to carry around. However, I will say, compared to the past ones, this is really, it feels a bit cheaper than usual. I think it's because it has no weight to it. Obviously, this has some weight to it, but this component alone doesn't feel very heavy. And I'm going to bring this up later a lot, actually, but the weight of Flower Nose products is, I think, what makes a difference between them feeling cheap or not. So this one does feel a bit cheap in contrast. This is just a plain lip balm. I just gave it a sniff. To me, there is no scent if you are sensitive to that. And it is completely clear as well. I think I will definitely be carrying this and using it up really well because lip balm is something I use all the time. There is also a blue version of this, and the lip balm I think is like a more minty blue. However, I actually don't really like that one. I'm not opening it. The last peripheral good is the mini mirror, which I was honestly really gagged for. This was one of the reasons, along with the case, that I really wanted the all-in. It's a perfect replica of the larger mirror. I don't know how they managed to cram so many details into such a tiny format, but it is so cute. I have this Sweetie Bear mirror, and I always pull it out, and the kids love it. I'm like, look at this mirror, and I hold it out for them, and they're like, wow! This one, I think I'm actually going to use as a proper keychain since it's pink. The Sweetie Bear one is just my standard mirror that I keep in my bag. The reason why I didn't keep the pink mirror is because I knew I would have the mini pink version as well. By the way, another freebie I got are all these puffs. Flower Nose are so generous with puffs. I don't think I'm going to even show them to you guys because I think I've shown these to you already. I have so many packs of these puffs. And this one is new. I've never had these. They're kind of shaped a bit like a teardrop. I think these would be very useful, but again, I don't think there's anything too special about their puffs. So just to let you know, this is what it came with, but I will not be opening them. This format is a bit different from my usual. I just wanted to talk a bit on my expectations for the product before I actually unbox them. So this is the cushion, and I actually wasn't certain about their cushion because I haven't really had many base products from them. I know they have had another cushion, but I never tried it. And the swatches were very different between global and China. So I'll put up both swatches so you can see, and I'll just like, which one's the truth? And I actually think it's closer to the global one, but when applied, it looks more like the Chinese one, if that makes sense. So I think they're both actually correct. It's just the way they display it. What I really wanted to say is I think in the past I said that Flower Nose didn't have many inclusive shades. I do want to commend them for their global line having more shades than usual. I don't think it's like perfect or amazing, but I do think it's a big improvement compared to their concealers in the past. If you're someone who has always skipped Flower Nose base products because you think that they don't really have your color, I think you can consider checking it out now. Again, not promises. Their range isn't like crazy either, but there have been improvements and I do want to highlight that. The cushion and the case come separately. So this is the actual makeup and this is the case. I quite like that you could actually choose the case and the color you wanted. So right here I have the color C01 Cool Porcelain, and this is the purple case. It's so gorgeous. You can see its ass is empty right now, but this is such a pretty cushion design. And like I said, you could see the little jumping bunnies all around it, which I said was my my favorite bunny motif out of all of the bunnies that we see in this collection. So you're meant to put a cushion in here. The cushion does come with a standard teardrop shaped puff. You can't see it here, but I recall on the product page, they said something like the inside is rounded like this, which means that when you're pressing down on it like this, the product isn't gonna accumulate in the corner since it's rounded. So I think it's just trying to make sure you can get as much product as you can out of this. That's how it looks behind now. Let me pull this right off. It smells very skincare-y, by the way. Like, there is a fragrance to this. Very clean. Just so you know, in case you're sensitive to fragrances. Since this is a cushion foundation, I'm going to show you how it applies on me later, so please go check that if you want to see like how well it applies, the coverage, and also how long lasting and how it feels. But right now I'm just going to give you the swatch. There you go. Here's my arm. Can you see it? It actually seems like a pretty good fit. What do you guys think? I don't know if it's because it's low coverage or because it's just a really good fit. Like, you'll see here, it doesn't really cover my veins very much, right? It's not bad. I think the color match is actually, like, you can see the color here, right? Over my really bluish gray part of my skin. I think it looks really good. It's evidently very, very dewy. I think you guys can see it in the video. My preference is things that are kind of not full coverage and dewy. However, I'm interested to see how this lasts on like my skin. My skin is kind of oily, so we'll see about that. I'm gonna try it out here. It's not bad, honestly. I think right now I have a quite positive impression of it. I'm excited to try this on my face. Right now, I'm really liking how it looks and feels on me. It doesn't dry down that quickly though, so we'll see how it is. Maybe it needs a powder or something. By the way, with the product inside, it is quite heavy, so I do like that as a product. Next up are eyeshadows. I was especially excited for the fact that they're releasing an eyeshadow palette of like cool muted neutrals. I'm kind of sick of seeing neutrals always being warm or like saturated because none of them work for me. But I think this one would be an amazing palette for bitches like me. Okay, I'm kind of like really excited for these. These are the eyeshadow palettes, and I'll be honest, I was especially gagged for this one, but this one has been tempting me, and honestly, no one has shown interest in it, so I've decided to keep it because I really like it too. So let's go ahead and open these two. The design has this kind of pearlescent shell reflection in this main area that I think doesn't come across as well in the product images. I actually totally just didn't realize that it had that effect. Here they are. They are both really, really pretty. The bunny with the crown is so cute. I'm like so into it. Super, super nice. I do think, just like all the other sets, I prefer the purple one in appearance and also, you know, the contents, but they're both really, really pretty. Also, it kind of matches my nails. So this one is B02 Moon Serenade, and it's meant to be the purple palette. However, I have a few objections to that name, but I'll go ahead and show it to you guys first. So pretty. The details, as usual, super, super gorgeous. I don't know how they print in such detail, but whatever they're doing it right. Obviously, this is a purple palette. You have like a lavender shade here. However, the reason why I don't think it's strictly a purple palette is that actually I think it's more just like actually cool ashy neutrals. This is what I'm expecting to be a very good neutral palette for me. I do really love the color story here. I know people say like the Flower Nose palettes, like the colors are not that interesting. I do think the Blue Bunny one was one that I felt was very similar to the previous ones. This one though, I'll gladly accept because it looks different. Let's watch them. This is the first purple, very light. I think more visible in real life, I will say. This one that I'm very excited about. That is such a nice color. This is the kind of like brown colors that I want. It's a bit ashier in real life. It looks quite dark on the camera right now. Here is a darker kind of muted brown. Nice as well. This last one, I don't know if you can tell, it's not entirely matte. There's a bit of like sparkle to it. Can you see compared to the other ones? Oh, I like that. I like that. Sorry, I feel like the camera doesn't really show how accurate these are because they look very dark on my camera right now. They're a bit lighter in real life, and this one is such a nice ashy gray with a very, very slight sheen to it that's a bit purpley. It's so beautiful. I'm really liking this one. Right now, out of all the four, this is my favorite. I'm also going to show you the two shimmers. Here's the first one, not as pink as you would expect based on how it looks like in here. This one is the thicker, more glittery one. Here's how they both look. So we have one that's kind of more like a shimmer and one that's more a glitter. I don't think it's picking up here well. It looks just silver in the camera. There are a lot of pink and purple flecks in this. It is predominantly silver, but it is also pink and purple. So overall, that's the first palette. I think I'm gonna really like this one. I'm like really hyped to use it. I will say the shimmers I think are not as impressive as Flower Nose's usual ones. They're good, but I've been wowed by their shimmers and glitters a lot more than this. This one is O3 Ruby Berry. And I recall it has, oh yeah, it has a really nice like raspberry color to it. The reason why I was hesitating whether I wanted this or not is because I wasn't sure if these were too saturated for me, but I was really interested in these three colors right here. Especially this one, like that kind of raspberry red color. It looks so delicious. Let's go ahead and swatch these two. It does, I will say, it does show up on my skin, which is impressive. Let me just give it a second go over. I'm not sure why I have this really strong line in the middle here. Is that just me? What the hell? Anyways, ignore that line. I don't know what's going on there. There you go. White. I suspect this one might look very bright on me. It does. But it is also such a gorgeous pink. I really like these kind of colors. This one that I was really excited for. It's also, just like the previous palette, these two are not quite matte. There's some kind of shimmer to them. Oh, what a nice color. You know what this palette reminds me of? I said raspberries. It's also giving a white rabbit with red eyes. You know, that kind of look. And I'm really into it. It's nice, it's nice. I wish it were a bit ashier on me, however, definitely cool and not too orangey, so I like it, it's good. Let's go for the two shimmers. Oh, this one is really nice. I actually would use this as a highlighter. It is very clearly pink. Can you see the slight purplish reflection on this last glitter? Here's how the second one looks like. I wish it was a bit stronger, but it is just a nice kind of like translucent glitter with very strong purple sparkles to it. Here's the final lineup for the pink palette. I think I like the glitters and the shimmer in this more because they are a bit more unique. Personally, I like these two palettes more than the previous Sweetie Bear ones, just because although I really like the Sweetie Bear ones, those ones were like, I liked them, but they didn't suit me, if that makes sense. The toasty brown one was so beautiful, but I couldn't really make it work very much with the stuff I like. And the pink palette there, which is kind of similar to this one, is actually very warm. I would say this one is definitely cool. It's vivid, but it's a cool tone pink palette. So I do recommend it. Not like pastel pinks, obviously, but still suitable for cool tones. Next up, we have the satin blushes. Before I go into unboxing, I just wanted to talk a bit about the formula. This is the third time in a row they release satin blushes. So they did it for Shell's Jewel, they did it for Sweetie Bear, and they're doing it for Bunny Garden. That's quite a bit. However, I'm not going to personally complain because I actually really like this formula. Just in case you didn't know, it's a kind of a powder blush that has a slight sheen to it. I think you can see it a bit here, although I do have highlighter on. And it has a nice glow to it, and especially I like what it does for your pores. I feel like they blur them pretty well, and compared to other powder blushes, I personally care about that a lot. So I think that this formula is very good. However, if you're a bit sick of satin blushes because they've been doing it, you know, like over and over for the past almost a year now, there's nothing new about the formula in here. There are just new color ranges. Very excited to say that next up are these blushes, and I'm actually super excited for them. As you can see, I have 4 of them, so there's only one of them which I decided to not keep because I was really into the colors. These are the Chinese colors. Let's open them up. So these are colors 01 to 04. The color I don't have with me is 05. It's the one that's kind of like orangey. I just didn't keep that because I knew it wouldn't suit me. Instead, we have basically all the pinks. Yay! Have to draw your attention to design. I cannot resist something that is heart-shaped, so a heart-shaped blush, definitely for me. Bunnies, definitely for me. And I especially also like how it's kind of giving a bit like heart locket or like a heart music box, heart jewelry case, that kind of thing. It is quite thick compared to like it could have been thinner, like half the size, considering the blush doesn't go all the way. However, I do think that lends to the packaging feeling really nice. It also has a really good amount of weight, which I think is really important in flower nose products. I know I've said this a million times in the video, but like it has a lot of weight to it. Let me show you all the colors. This one is 01 Plush Bunny. And it is a very translucent looking pinkish white. And it's meant to be those kind of brightening blushes that you use to brighten up your cheeks and maybe put something on top. For me, I'm not sure if this is going to show up much, so I'm going to swatch it later, but I'm right now planning to use it more as a powder. You guys know I love my powders. I think this might be a good powder for me. So that's what I'm planning to use it for, but we'll see. The second one is 02 Bunny Lullaby. It is this kind of dusty light pink color. Maybe like a dusty rose. Number 3 is Ballet Tutu. Have they named things Ballet Tutu before? Because I feel like I hear the words ballet and tutu all the time from them. Anyway, it is this kind of very bright pink. Definitely the most saturated pink out of the bunch for the Chinese colors. I think that the global ones have some very bright ones in 01, 02 as well. The one I was the most excited for was 04 Iris Garden. And it is this kind of dusty purplish cool pink, which I am like salivating over. Can't wait to try it. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them one by one. This is how the first looks like. A bit chalky for me. Surprisingly, it is still quite visible. But yeah, I'm thinking, honestly, I might use it as a powder and as a brightening blush. I think it might serve both purposes for me. I'm gonna compare this with another one I have from Flower Nose later, so put a pin in that. Here is number 02. Really, really nice. Very good, very good. Put a pin in here too, because I'm gonna compare it to another one as well. This one's 03. A really nice, bright, fresh pink. Actually, not as bright as I thought. Definitely bright on me, but not like overpowering. Really pleased with this one. Everyone, let's hope this one is as good as I hope it is. But actually, before I ruin this one as well, I wanted to point out the details because I didn't do it much. I can't like overstate how beautiful they print out the blush and like the eyeshadows. Can you see like the little dotted lace in the background? It's like crazy work, crazy work. How do they do it, right? Like the dentelle, the lace, the little pearls around the heart over here. It's like, sorry, I'm like staring into my camera right now because I don't have my glasses on so I can see better in the camera. It is just so beautiful. And I'm about to ruin the bunny baby text right here, which is very, very sad. I love bunny baby. I think they should have called this line bunny baby. That's so much like cuter, but okay, that's an aside. Okay, I'm gonna swatch it. Oh, that's a color I like. Nice. So those are the 4 blushes I got. I am honestly very, very pleased with these. You know, the Sweetie Bear collection was very autumnal, very brown, which was very suitable for the time it came out. These, I think, are very suitable spring colors. They are much brighter. I think that they also have a better assortment of cool tones, but maybe that's just me. I really like how all of them look on me. So I did want to come back to these to compare them with some other Flower Nose products in case you have them and you're wondering if it's worth getting these and things like that. I'm going to be comparing this one to a Swan Ballet blush and this one to the previous Sweetie Bear blush. Specifically, these two. This is 01 Nivea Swan. Please pardon what you're going to see right now because I have used this well. It's chipping. It is a similar kind of very light powder that I have been using as a setting powder. That's why I have this. So since they're so similar, I'm going to go ahead and swatch them so you can see if they are like really the same or not. This one, again, is meant to be a satin blush, while this one, I'm not sure if it's going to be a satin blush or not. I don't remember, but I'll compare them for you as well. I'm also going to be comparing the Sweetie Bear blush in 03. I don't know the name, but it's that rosy, dusty color. This one right here. As you can see, they do have a kind of similar profile, so I'll be swatching them for you as well. Okay, don't like make fun of me, but I actually swatched both the Swan one and the new one right here. You just cannot see them. So this one right here is a Swan one, and this one right here is the Bunny one. The Bunny one is clearly pinker than the Swan one, and I think the Swan one is more translucent, which is why you literally cannot see it on me. I think you could barely see it, right? You can see it kind of, right? If you like like narrow your eyes a bit. No, just so you can see here, here's how they look like. This first one is Nivea Swan, and this one is the Bunny one. I know right now the Swan one looks pinker. I think it's just that the Swan one is more translucent. So yeah, hopefully you can see the difference a bit more here. Here is how they both look like. So this one is the Bunny Garden one, and this one is a Sweetie Bear one. They look very similar, so I'm not saying you need both. However, the Bunny one is cooler and it is lighter. I personally prefer the Bunny one compared to this one. However, they are both very beautiful shades. If you already own like the Sweetie Bear one, I don't know if you necessarily need this one. I say this, I own both, but just so you know, you can make an informed choice. With this collection, we got lip mousses, which is I think a cloud mousse kind of thing. This is a formula they've had a lot. I think the last time they had it was, Strawberry Cupid, like the little cake mousses. I think these ones are a bit easier to apply than the cake one, but obviously they take more space. But they're meant to be something you can use as like a back charm, thanks to the hook over here. So I do think that design is quite interesting. Like you can see the appeal of having everything together like this, right? Sorry, here's my random bag, but you know, kind of like this. It does look quite cute, and I do think it's very sturdy as well. The all-in came with 9 matte lip mousses. I am not gonna keep all 9. In fact, out of these 4 I'm gonna show you, this is the only one I'm keeping for myself. So let me explain. This is a color I'm giving to my sister, so I am going to swatch it. And these are 2 colors I'm giving to my friend Annabelle. She said, I know you're not gonna spit on them, so you can go ahead and swatch them first. And to that I say, thank you for trusting me to not spit on them. Actually, let me know if you guys would be interested in some sort of giveaway for the colors I will not be using. Just let me know. It would just probably be here on YouTube, maybe with a giveaway form, that kind of thing. Let me know if you're interested. Colors we're going to be looking at today are B01 Grey Bunny, B03 Mocha Aura, B04 Chiffon Petal, B09 Cupid Red. First off, evidently very, very gorgeous products. I love the little heart at the top. The little bunnies with the crowns are so cute. And at the back, you have a little corset detail. And do you see right here, it's like the logo, but I think it also looks like the bunny tail, which is very, very cute. These have a lot of good weight to them, and they're also bigger than I expected. The reason why you can hang them as a keychain is because these are not like pull to open. You have to twist them, so it would be very secure. Let's go ahead and swatch them. This is a B01. It is this kind of a very orangey brown color. Next up we have B03. This one's quite a bit darker. In my camera right now, they both look quite dark, but they're actually a bit brighter in real life. This one is B04, which is the one I picked to keep. It is a rosier kind of color. And last one is this pink one. And it is more of a deep red color. So those are the 4 shades I'm going to be swatching right now. They do look darker on camera than in real life. Flower Nose really like this kind of moussey texture. I personally prefer gloss to matte, however this texture is very comfortable to wear. I feel like the applicator is quite interesting, like molds the shape of your lip pretty well and makes it very easy to apply. So you'll see the reason I kind of left a space here is because I wanted to compare with other mousse products I've had from them, just so in case you own these, you can see how they compare. So I actually don't own many Flower Nose products, but the ones I do own feel like they would be a bit similar to some of these. So the ones I'll be comparing are these 2 Strawberry Cupid ones. They are B01 and B04 respectively. And I also have this little Cupid one, and it is B03. That is B01 compared to the two warm tones here. This is B04 compared to that one. This is actually a very dark red color I have that I barely use. I basically just bought it for the packaging because I was so gagged. Here's how that one looks. I think this one's definitely cooler looking. With that comparison, I do think that the new bunny line are lighter colored than the previous mousses, but you can let me know what you think. I do think these two are very, very similar. These ones here and this one do look different from each other, but these two look very similar. The only one I'll be applying on my lips, by the way, is this one that I'm keeping. The other one, since I'm giving them to friends and family, I will not be swatching them on my lips later. Last but not least, we do have this eyeliner. They came out with a set of eyeliners that honestly, I think is the thing that people were the least gagged for. However, I was interested in this pink one. So let's go ahead and open it. Like many other flower nose like pen products, they are usually the less intricate looking ones. This one does look fine. I think I complained about these stickers before. I think it ruins the look a bit. You can peel these off, however, I do like keeping the expiry notice on it. So I do wish they find like another way, you know, to deal with that, but yeah. So what's interesting about this is that you obviously have on this side the actual product, but on this side you have a little angled brush that you can use to kind of like brush out the eyeliner pretty well. So the color I picked is the pink one. This is not meant to be used to make like your eyeliner wing, but it's more like for the under eye, which I particularly like. I like that kind of look. So let's swatch it. First off, it is very, very creamy. Seems not too hard to make fine lines, but since it's creamy, I wonder if it'll break off easily. I think you could easily smudge it a bit with your finger before it sets. This brush, I feel like, serves more to remove product. Does that make sense? I feel more like the product is being removed. Oh, okay, here I can see it's like spreading out a bit more. But when I use it like to spread out the color, because this would be for the under eye, I feel like, I guess it's just blending it out more, but I'm not sure if it's very effective for that. By the way, it looks pinker in real life. I know it looks like brown here. It looks pinker in real life. I just did a few lines here, and I don't know if you can see this bit here. Earlier, I said I wondered if it would break away if you used it too much. I can see that it chips quite a bit, so I don't know how, like for me, I don't mind for these under eye bits. However, I don't know how it would work if you're trying to make a fine line for the actual other eyeliners, the brown, the black one. Yeah, I feel like it mostly just removes the color. Is that just me? Maybe I'm just applying it wrong? I'm not like mega gagged, I won't lie. Let's see how it resists water. It seems like this part that didn't set smudged. However, I'll say that's probably me, like there was a big chunk that fell off, so let's ignore that bit. The rest seems to be fixed quite fine. Overall, the product I'm probably the least gagged for. However, I think it's okay because this is for the under eye. I'm not sure if I would recommend this if you picked the brown, the black one as eyeliner. I feel like it might not be as smooth. I don't know how it would spread. Since those are darker colors, maybe the brush works a bit better. I'm not really sure. I can't really speak for that since I only have this color. Oh my god, those are all the makeup products. We're gonna go straight into perfumes and then application. Say goodbye to my little bunnies. Next up, we got the perfumes. The design is honestly super, super beautiful. I know I'm biased, but like just look at these bunnies at the top. Oh my god. I think I mentioned in the past I prefer the bottles that are opaque just because I think they're a bit more unique. However, I do really like the shape of these. They're really, really pretty and I think very elegant as well. The bows are attached by elastic as usual, so you can easily remove them. I'm going to tell you what I think about them in just a second. We have two new perfumes. We have Snowflake Bunny and Dewy Rose. And Dewy Rose is exactly what you think it is, but let me go through them. Snowflake Bunny here, we have top notes, Lily of the Valley, Jasmine, Iris. Heart notes, Rose, Cedarwood, Balsam, and Freesia. Base notes, Rosemary and Clove. I personally do think this is better than I expected. It smells extremely clean, like a clean floral. Not in a soapy way, not in a laundry way, but something where like if your laundry smelled like this, you would like it. I think it's surprisingly something I do enjoy quite a bit, and I wasn't expecting to like it at all, but I am actually going to keep this because I think it would smell very good, like sprayed on my bed, sprayed on my laundry. I would like my wardrobe to smell like this, so it smells very clean. I did feel, because I tried it yesterday, when I left it on my skin, it kind of started smelling like fennel seed to me. I know that's a very specific thing to say. I don't know which note it is, but to me, it started smelling a bit like fennel seed. I know some people don't really like that smell, so that's all I can say. Be careful. It lasted at least like a good 3 hours on me, but flower nose perfumes are definitely more appearance than it is like how long lasting or how unique the scent is. But yeah, if you like clean floral smells, you'll like this one. Dewy Rose. So we have top notes: bergamot, blackcurrant, lychee; heart notes: jasmine, sandbag, geranium, damask rose; base notes: musk, cedarwood, honey, ambergris. It smells so much like rose. It smells like dewy rose. Like, it's so aptly named. Yeah, it smells like, I think it's like a really slightly sweet rose water kind of scent. The sweetness comes from the lychee, but the lychee is very, very weak in my opinion. When I read the notes, I thought it was gonna be, you know, it's called a lychee rose perfume. I thought it was gonna be similar to lychee bouquet. However, I feel like this is much more rose forward. It's not a bad smell. I'm just not specifically into like that damask rose, dewy rose smell. I much prefer, like, you know, that new Dior perfume, that rosiness. I like that creamy rose. This one, not quite. That being said, it's not a rose perfume that I think smells offensive, because there are some I really don't like. I think this is very like feminine smelling, and I think probably will please most people who like rose scents. But yeah, I think that slight sweetness you get that is very mild and you get it not for very long is very pleasant. However, I wish it lasted a bit longer. But yeah, I think it is light, enjoyable, dewy. Yeah. That's all I have to say about it. I will be giving this away to someone, so take a good last look at her. All right, y'all, here I am. Here is my bare face. I have done sunscreen, moisturizer, all that stuff. Let's go ahead and see how the cushion is on me. Just as a disclaimer, I usually put a primer on my pores. I am actually going to put that on one side of my nose and see if that makes a difference. But the other side I'll be applying normally, so you can see how that is if you're also someone like me who deals with crazy pores. Also, I have combination oily skin. So, don't laugh at my pores, y'all, but this is how it looks like. I'm just gonna... Alright, I hope you can see the difference. So this area has like a pore primer on, and this one does not. So as you can see, I do have like some discoloration around my face and a lot of scars around here. I'm gonna pat it off here. Ooh. It does feel really nice to use, I will say that. Very moist. I actually got a little sample of these where you can test all the colors, like with the package. And I did wear it yesterday, but I applied it from the package with a brush. I felt like it was pretty good, like it lasted a pretty good amount of time. It didn't feel cakey and didn't look gross. We'll see how this one lasts. I think, as you can see though, like it's very, very dewy, right? I'm giving like an IDV. Y'all know? Okay, what I'm gonna do is gonna zoom in so you can see how it applies on my nose. I already applied some, but you can see the pores are still quite visible on this area, right? I will say, if this cannot like fix the pores, it is my fault. I got craters, okay? But it's just for science, so you can see if you have the same problem as me. I think it's not bad. So here's how it looks like on this side, and then this side. I think it does look better with the pore primer, which is like the point of pore primer. So I'm not gonna fault the cushion on that, But right now, I do think it still looks good even without. It's very dewy, not super high coverage though, but I do think it gives like my face a healthy glow. And I'm surprised it's a really good fit for my skin tone. Usually I have a hard time with that. I'm just gonna go in with the Sweetie Bear one, which is my go-to to do a few spot things, you know, things like that. You'll notice that I replaced this color with my green one because I mostly use green on my face. I'm gonna do my eyebrows real quick. Okay, so the makeup I was thinking of doing is using mostly the purple palette on the eyes with a bit of the red one. And I want to do some kind of cool eyes and then like a berryish or like a bright blush. So we'll see how that works. I think I'm going to go in first with this one. Ooh, it's quite saturated here. I wonder if it would benefit from like a primer before, but we'll see. I look like I've been punched. What I'm gonna do is take this purple one to blend it out. Thoroughly enjoying this purple. It kind of reminds me of my another palette I like. This is the Cherry Up palette. Do you see the four over here? They do look a bit similar to these ones, and I do like both of those colors. I'm also gonna take the purple down here. Sad because the little bunny on the eyeshadow is already gone. However, I am gonna go in with this white here for the inner eye corner. Brightening for this white is very strong. Oh, white is color of the year, I guess. One thing I really wanted to try is using these kind of red colors right on the under eye because I'm into that kind of look. So I'm just gonna mix both of them. See, it's like that red. Like, yeah, I've been crying, you know? They look cute. I kind of like that. For eyeliner, I'm gonna use a thin brush and use this one. Wing is perhaps a little bit strong. With the remains of that, I'm actually gonna go into this, maybe a mix of like these two to just add a bit more detail in the under eye. Let's also be fair and give this a bit of a try. Although I totally forgot about it, I won't lie. So I already did my under eyes, but I feel like it's kind of warm compared to the colors I've picked. I'm not sure. Yeah, I feel like it's a bit warm. For blushes, I'm gonna go in with these two, with this one as the base and this one as the point. Color is so lovely and real. Oh my god, I really like it. Oh my god, what a natural flush for me. Amazing, I love it. I think this one, like I did like the Sweetie Bear one, but this color that's just a bit lighter and a bit cooler is like, oh my god, it looks so good. It looks so good. This is it. This is the baddie, the bad bitch of natural flushes for me. Amazing, looks amazing. I love it. So I am gonna apply it a bit strongly so you can really like see it on camera. But just so you know, normally I would stop here in real life because it is like my camera does fade things out a bit. Like with all satin blushes, that kind of natural like glow looks really good. Also, it doesn't remove the cushion underneath, which is very nice. I'm also gonna take some and just sweep it over the eye like this a bit, which I usually always do with my blushes. Now going in with the purplish one as a point color. Oh, it's so nice. What a nice color. What a nice combination of colors. I love it. I'm really into that kind of like strong blush with like cool eyes look lately. I'm gonna pack it on heavy so y'all can fucking see it. Can y'all see it? It still looks kind of like mildly like a natural flush. on here, but it looks a bit crazy right now in real life. It's very strong in real life. Alright, I want to put some shimmer on my eyes, but I don't know which one to use really. I think I'm going to stick with the purple palette for now. Just for now. So with my finger, I'm going to use this shimmery one. Put it here, close to the inner side. I'm also going to take it down here a bit, which is what I usually do with my shimmers. Then I'm going to take a specific brush to go in on detail. I'm going to take a bit of that thicker glitter in the inner corner. I really think that their chunky glitter is not as nice as their past ones. It's not bad, it's just that Flower Nose are usually like spectacular with it, and it's just good, you know what I mean? To top it off for eyes, I'm gonna take this one over here and put it on my under eyes, because I remember liking it a lot. I'm actually also gonna take some, be a little crazy, I'm gonna use it as highlighter. Of course, the satin blush already has like a nice sheen, but I want more of like that pink. Let me be sparkly, you know what I mean? I'm gonna apply just the plain lip color, but I'm gonna just put a lip liner first. This is from Heart%, by the way. Alright, let's see how this looks. I feel like it's not as cool as it could be. Like, you could tell it looks warmer than the rest of my makeup, but it's alright. Quickly putting some mascara on my bottom lashes. And here is the final look. I feel like my camera never shows how much color I really put on my makeup, but I really like how this looks in real life. I really like the blushes and the eyeshadow especially. Lip, I think I can make it work if I put in combination with some other products on top as well. I prefer a glossy lip, but just for today, I'm not going to be doing that. Oh wait, I forgot something. Let's set it. I'm going to use one of the million puffs they gave me. You can see there is color, but it's not that evident. Ooh, I am liking this as a powder. Ooh, look at that gloss. Bam, gone. Sorry, I know people like that dewy finish. Not me, girl. I want to look dewy. Okay, I don't mind looking dewy, but my priority is not feeling like I'm about to stick, like be a fly trap or whatever. Ooh, I like it in areas like here where I have a lot of greenness because of veins. Oh, it looks good. I like it. I like it. I like it as setting, like a setting powder. It's good. I think the only thing I would say is the part where I put the pore primer definitely looks a bit better than the part where there's no pore primer, but that's natural and I expected it. Okay, I did go ahead and use some of that eyeshadow as blush so that I would actually show up here, but let it be known I do look a bit crazy in real life. Hey, this is me with the cushion on and just my makeup done because unfortunately we girlies like me, we still have to go to work, so I did remove all that crazy makeup. I'm just gonna do the wear test with this so you can see. This is how my skin looks like right now. I have used setting powder, but no, what's it called, setting spray. Okay. I think it looks pretty good, honestly. I'll check in after work when I get home. It's probably gonna be dark, so it won't be in natural lighting. But yeah, this is gonna be my wear test, and I'm gonna let you guys know what I think once I'm back. Hi, it's 11 p.m. and I kind of forgot I had to film this, so I'm just gonna film it now. It's been, like, I applied it at 3 p.m., so it's definitely been at least 8 hours. I don't know, I can't do math. So this is how it looks like. Just so you know, it was dry, not humid outside, and I also didn't touch up my makeup at all. I also ate dinner. Yeah, I do wear glasses, so you can see that I have some kind of like flaking away around here. You'll see I do have some oiliness that comes up around the nose, around here where I'm always oily for some reason. And yeah, I feel like the pores are not looking too sexy, but they always look like that. And there's a bit of creasing like around the nose, you know, right here, but it's honestly not that bad. I'm also indoors right now, so I'm actually gonna show you this in my bathroom lighting too. It's kind of bright, but this is like indoor yellow lighting. And this is my bathroom lighting that's kind of like bluish. Yeah. Here's how it looks like. There you go. I think that's all I have to share with you today. I hope that if you're interested in buying the new Flower Nose Bunny Garden thing, whether it's the all-in or a few products here and there, that this might have helped you make a decision, especially the comparison with the previous swatches. Personally, if I look back to all the ones I made videos on, I would rank this maybe, in terms of design, I would rank this maybe my third favorite. I think the Strawberry Cupid and Sweetie Bear were really up there for me. However, in terms of colorways, I think I would put this as number 1 because the eyeshadow colors as well as the blush colors are really, really up my alley. And I think that I really appreciate those more cool tones. Let me know if you're interested in buying anything. And again, let me know if you're interested in me giving away those other lip colors that I didn't do, because if there's interest, I'll do it, girl. But yeah, let me know about what you think about this collection, as well as like if you're getting anything. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. If you want to see other videos from me in the meantime, you'll see my channel here as well as a recommended video here. In general, I just do like things I'm interested in, like this is a hobby channel, not just makeup, but there is other makeup content if you're interested in that. See you, bye!